Good morning, everybody. Most welcome in the second episode of National Movement of India, Chapter 2 History of Class 10th. But in last episode, I have already discussed from coming of Mahatma Gandhi in India from South Africa to non-cooperation movement. We have discussed so many contents about Satyagraha, concept of Satyagraha, concept of Rowlatt Act, Khilafat movement, factors, process and impact of non-cooperation movement. Now, in this episode, I am going to discuss about some other aspects of our national movement. But during non-cooperation movement, Mahatma Gandhi also appealed to all leaders of the Congress to boycott the general election which was going to conduct according to the Montagu-Chelmsford reforms of 1919. But some leaders of Congress were not agree with the Mahatma Gandhi. They wanted to contest the election, reach in the Legislative Assembly and opposed the anti-Indian bills. Motilal Nehru and Chittaranjan Das, these are the two most important leaders. So they established a Swaraj Party in 1923-24 in Allahabad. And they were very success to achieve their objective. So many candidates won the election and reached in the Legislative Assembly. Then after in 1924, Mahatma Gandhi released from the jail. Actually, he was arrested after the Chauri Chaura incident and non-cooperation movement. But due to his well-disciplined and proper behavior in the jail, Britishers released him. He came outside from the jail and he started so many constructive programs. Some important programs of Mahatma Gandhi was the social reforms. He opposed untouchability. He had given the name of depressed classes as Harijan, who were the so-called lower sections of society, who were the suffering in the social discrimination. So he also published a magazine which was known as the Harijan Patrika. And Mahatma Gandhi also started a Swachhagra, Swachhata mission. Mahatma Gandhi had conducted so many collective fit Samuhik Bhoj in which there was no feeling of any kinds of untouchability. And he also promoted so many Indians to join the Indian National Congress to fight strongly against the Britishers. He established Khadi Gramodyog in the rural area. He promoted the cottage industries, small industries, for the evolving of village as a self-dependent, self-regard, self-respect, to decrease the goods of foreign in India. He wanted to just control the supply of foreign goods from England to India. Mahatma Gandhi played a very important role in the national movement, as for example in 5 ways. First of all, he had given a very new kinds of concept like Satyagraha, like non-violence, like truth as a political weapons. was very effective. And even in present time, we are also inspired by such type of method. Mahatma Gandhi had given, first of all, so many a broader national movement. He launched non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement in 1930, and in 1942 Quit India movement. These all movements were very, very important to get the independence. These all movements were made a very favorable conditions for the freedom. Mahatma Gandhi worked for the communal harmony. He always tried to make an unity amongst the Indian. So he had given the support to Khilafat movement. Mahatma Gandhi had given also so many social reforms, religious reforms, and these all are very, very important for our national movement. In 1927, a commission came from British Parliament, in which all members were Britishers, not a single member of Indian. Objective was to study the possibility of constitutional reforms in India. But Indians wanted to Swaraj only. So Indians very afraid. So Indian reacted in very aggressive way. Do you know this commission was known as the Simon Commission? John Simon was the chairman of this 6 members committee. Simon go back was a very famous slogan against these commissions. Due to protest of this Simon Commission in Lahore, Lala Lajpat Rai was very seriously injured due to attack of Sanders Lathi, and after he died, it was very shocking for the new generation of Punjab. So Bhagat Singh, like some youth, emerged and they started a revolutionary movement. Bhagat Singh established a Hindustan Socialist Republican Party for this purpose. In 1929, an Indian National Congress session was conducted in Lahore on the bank of Ravi River on 31st December. This session was very important because it was headed by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Second, first time the demand of Congress was decided the complete independence. Third, in this Congress session, it was decided that there will be a tricolor flag. In this Congress session, Mahatma Gandhi was allowed to start the civil disobedience movement, and it was also decided that every 26 January will be Independence Day celebrated in all over country from 1930. So this Congress session was very, very important. But in 1929-30, the condition of India was very critical. Due to Hindustan Socialist Republican Party, a revolutionary movement was going on. So it created so many violations because so many Britishers killed in this movement, and violation was not accepted by Mahatma Gandhi. But due to 1929-33 economic crisis was one of the most important critical condition that Mahatma Gandhi tried to start a civil disobedience movement. As you know, in class 9, Hitler was also adopted this situation of economic depression for making the Nazi party. Similarly, Mahatma Gandhi also utilized this opportunity to organize the youth to fight against the Britishers. But so many farmers and workers movement was going on. No any constitutional reforms are coming from Britain in the favor of Indians. So there are a lot of factors that Mahatma Gandhi started this civil disobedience movement. This civil disobedience movement is also known as Salt March, Dandi March, civil disobedience movement. It means in this movement the volunteers will be break the law with very obediently, respectfully. And Mahatma Gandhi started this movement with the Salt March. In 1930, March 12, he moved a march from Ahmedabad to a Dandi village which was located in the coastal area of Arabian Sea. There were 78 volunteers in this movement. In this 240 miles distance, Mahatma Gandhi ordered the people to fight against the Britishers by the breaking of salt law in different region of India, like Lucknow, like Patna, like Guwahati, like Madras. Many salt march was started to make a pressure against the Britishers. It was a big challenge for the Britishers. Mahatma Gandhi just reached April 6. He take salt and break the law. Why Mahatma Gandhi chosen the salt as a weapons of this civil disobedience movement? Because salt was a very common and essential food material. This salt was making by the Sea of India naturally. But Indian farmers were banned to make the salt. The tax was very high on the salt, which was a very common food for poor or rich people. So Mahatma Gandhi chosen this salt to make the popularity of this civil disobedience movement. But time to time some occurrence came in the civil disobedience movement. First of all, in 1931, there was a proposal came from the Governor General of India, Lord Irwin. He invited to Mahatma Gandhi for a pact. A pact was signed between the Lord Irwin and Mahatma Gandhi in 1931, which is known as the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. In this pact, Governor General accepted to release the all political prisoners which were arrested in the civil disobedience movement, and Mahatma Gandhi was accepted to join the second round table conference which was going in London from 1930. The first round table conference was conducted in 1930. in this round table conference, Indian National Congress was not participated. In second round table conference, Mahatma Gandhi participated due to Gandhi-Irwin Pact. But what he saw in the second round table conference, he saw so many representatives of political party was demanding some separate electoral type of facilities for their own communities. No one were fighting for the freedom of India. B.R. Ambedkar, yes, the B.R. Ambedkar was one of them. He also wanted to separate electoral system for the depressed classes. He demanded to Britishers, you just give this separate electoral system facilities like you have given for the Muslim League. As you know, there was a constituency reserved only for the Muslims on the basis of communal factor. Similarly, B.R. Ambedkar wanted to the constituency only for the basis of the caste. Such type of demand was not accepted by Mahatma Gandhi. He just kicked out the meeting. He left the meeting and returned to India. In Pune, in 1932, he sat on the fast satyagraha for a very long day to leave the demand of this separate electoral system by B.R. Ambedkar. After a very big pressure, Mahatma Gandhi just talked to the B.R. Ambedkar. B.R. Ambedkar accepted that we are going to leave this separate electoral system in present time, and Mahatma Gandhi promised that this separate electoral system demand will be adopted in Indian Constitution when our Constitution will be framed. Then a pact was signed between the B.R. Ambedkar and Mahatma Gandhi in 1932. It is known as the Pune Pact. Time to time, this civil disobedience movement was going to break. In 1931, then after Gandhi-Irwin Pact. So what happened? The resistance of this movement was going to decrease. So in Peshawar, due to a resistance between the Gadwali regiment and a follower of Mahatma Gandhi, Khan Abdul Ghaffar Khan, who is also popularly known as the Frontier Gandhi, a big violation held here. So what happened? After this incident, Mahatma Gandhi just called off this civil disobedience movement. But there were so many factors. This civil disobedience movement was not success to get the support of all sections of society. In this movement, when the Hindu Mahasabha came, then the Muslim League left the support. Phikki and many industrialists, when came in the civil disobedience movement, then what happened? The workers, mill workers, were not supporting this movement. Of course, this movement was play a very important role in the national movement, as first time in large number of women participated in the leadership of Sarojini Naidu in the civil disobedience movement, and international support also got by this national movement, but ultimately it was finished. It was called off in 1932. What happened after the civil disobedience movement? What was the impact? and how it was very important role play in the civil disobedience movement. We will discuss in our next episode. Please write some important questions in your notebook just after this conversation.